Hey everybody, Tyrone Shoes here, and today we're going to talk about being conversational in your guitar solos. Talk conversational. See how I did that? That's how your solos should sound, and I'm now going to give an example of something I know precious little about, which is a Monday morning conversation at the water cooler. So you get there and you run into your buddy and you go, "Hey," and he goes, "Hey," and you go, "How you doing?" And he goes, "Not too bad. How about yourself?" He goes, "I'm fine. How was your weekend?" "Oh, my weekend was great." "Oh, what'd you do?" "Oh, we went and saw this band and they did this and that and the other and they did blah, 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 blah." So the phrases start short with more space and then they get a little bit longer and more wordy as you get into the conversation. We all know the guy that had too many cups of coffee or whatever and comes in, "Oh, dude, it was rad now. He did this and that and the other." And it was, the first thing he says, it's like he bowls you over with a relentless onslaught of syllables and volume, and well, there's nowhere to go from there. And it's pretty intense to start things off. A great mine of information and ideas are vocal melodies, and we'll start with an 8-bar blues as an example. "Key to the Highway." It's a song that's been done by everybody and their brother, and the vocal melody goes like this: a 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Now, at the end, you could fill it when you go, or you could put in a more of a guitar lick. But the point is after all those short phrases, you're ready for the longer phrase. Now, if you wanted to do a 12 bar as an example, if you take something like "Every Day I Have the Blues," 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And the same thing, you could fill that with the turnaround at the end. But there's all that space, and that's a really great way to start off a solo so that you could then get busy as you go. So with more guitar type lines, actually I think vocal lines are great because they force you, when you go "every day," that's not that natural. You could do it that way too, but either way it involves kind of a shift or a slide that you don't normally do on the guitar. So vocal melodies or saxophone, they tend to be notey, but other instruments, and the only reason I'm not saying piano is because we're talking about being lyrical with bends and vibrato and things like that. Piano is a great place to steal licks from, but you don't get a vocal-esque kind of sound. But when you imitate vocals, you will force yourself to do slides and slurs and little hammer-ons and things in places that you normally don't do it, and you have to shift your hand in order to imitate the vocal. So it's kind of a cool thing to force you to do something different. To be a little bit more guitaristic, and that "Every Day I Got the Blues," I'll give myself a little 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One, two, 1, 2, 3. give myself a little lead in here. So you can see I got busier as I went. But I started out a little bit, sparse with space, and I built it as I went. And it depends on how many choruses you're going to take as far as, how much you're going to build it and how sparse you're going to be at first. If you've only got 12 bars, you could you should definitely be melodic and not worry about getting it into fifth gear by the end of the solo, because you don't have a lot of time. If you're getting 24 bars, which is twice through if you're scoring at home, you get much more time to build it, and you could probably get into a pretty high gear by the time you finish. But you always want to be conversational and melodic and rhythmic and play to the music, as opposed to, playing, what's the coolest, hippest, hardest thing I can play. You want to kind of let the music handle it and go from there. So practice your conversations, and I'll see you on the flip side.